Good morning. Thank you for joining us for our Sunday Dharma Talks. It's nice to have so many people tell us that this has been helpful for you. This virtual Dharma Talks have the advantage of having people from all areas join us. For those of us who live in San Diego, we don't have to drive, park, and climb all the stairs to our hondo. But there is a limitation because these Dharma Talks are a one-way communication. Normally, we would be able to go downstairs to our dining room to have our hospitality, where we have snacks, coffee, and we're able to talk with each other and also ask questions about the talk. So we're using our Wednesday Buddhism 1, 2, 3 evening talks as a way of discussion. Unfortunately, we can't have our snacks, but we do get together at 7 on Wednesday evenings. And we do talk in a group, and we have a nice group of over 20 people. And the other advantage is that we can share different ideas and different experiences. And it gives us an opportunity to actually have and suggest some exercises that we do during the week. And we'll do a little bit of that today. And we live in a world with many challenges right now. As we know, we're in a pandemic. There's kind of some civil unrest. We're divided on many issues. We have climate change. All these things concern us. Now, we're in a place where I don't think we have experienced these kinds of upsetting things happening in our normal everyday life. But we're fortunate to be Shin Buddhist, and we have a teaching that can guide us and that can help us in any situation. And it helps us to see what the causes of our unrest is and a path to a resolution. Now, the world really seems to be out of balance. And what that means is that we are out of balance. Now, Buddhism has been around for centuries, where things have changed. Countries and cultures have been at war with each other. And yet, Buddhism has persevered. And it has the reputation of bringing peace and thoughtful analysis into how it works. And so it can guide us to resolve these conflicts that we have. And it can help us negotiate in this world. Meditation and mindfulness are useful to clear the mind and gain insight into the reason for our discontent. As Shin Buddhists, we have the Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, or the chant Nam Man Dao. Shinran writes in Kyogyo Shinsho, Namo Amida Butsu is the right act, supreme, true, and excellent. The right act is the Nembutsu. The Nembutsu is Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu is right-mindedness. Let this be known. So the Nembutsu can center us in a world of conflict. And we recite it many times in our services. But do we really have a feeling or understand the meaning of it? Sometimes we say it very quickly. Now, understanding may mean that we get an impression of it in our mind. The meaning of it may happen in our heart, and the experience is what we get in our body. So it's important to have an experience to really appreciate the meaning in our hearts and mind. It's important to have an experience to appreciate its meaning. And so, Namo Amida Butsu happens in our mind, our heart, our body, and our spirit. It is sacred. So, to help us clarify its meaning and to get an experience of it, we might use the physical posture of the Gassho, putting our hands together like this. Whatever your experience of the Nembutsu is now, we hope to expand that experience. Now, this Gassho posture is not necessary to recite the Nembutsu. But for an exercise that we want to do right now, we'll use this posture. Because a ritual or practice embodies a thought or a concept. Instead of keeping it just in the mind and words, it's something our body really accepts, and we understand it and experience it at a deeper level. The body and mind works together. And let me give you an example. For now, just put your mouth in a smile. How does that feel? Now put it into a frown. How does that feel? Again, put it into a smile. Does that change our attitude? Let's try something else. Put your hands up, way up high. Touchdown. That kind of lifts our spirit. So you see, there is a relationship between our physical posture and the mind. Now, this Gassho is a very familiar posture. I think the Hindus use it as a greeting, namaste, and it honors the other. We often see a lot of celebrities use it, especially like Conan, after a performance to thank the audience. Just put their hands together. Zen has sitting meditation. For as Shin Buddhists, we have the Nembutsu experience. And for this experience, I'd like to try this little exercise. So please join me in putting our hands together. The left hand can represent ourself, the right hand, all others. Not only humans, but all things in the world. Now, we can also think of it as being two opposite issues, right and wrong, good, bad, whatever things that conflict us, we can think of the two opposites being together. And then you see, as it is together, the two hands form the Gassho, and it's a form of oneness. And when we put it close to our hearts, we get this sense of peace and warmth. So just symbolically, what the body is telling us is that with two opposing things, we can bring them together in oneness. Now, whenever we have this special posture, it reminds us that it is the body, mind, heart, and spirit, and so it can be thought of as being special and sacred. For this little exercise, I suggest that what we do is, within this posture, breathe in and hold and breathe out. Breathe in, think of life, hold and appreciate, exhale negativity, and relax. Breathe in life, hold and appreciate, exhale negativity, and relax. So just do this several times. Breathe in life, hold and appreciate, exhale negativity, and relax. Now, after you do that for several times, just chant the Nembutsu very silently, the short version. Nam Mandav, Nam Mandav, Nam Mandav, Nam Mandav. In a minute, we'll do this exercise. Before that, I want to give a little instruction. In a minute, I'll ask you to do this, but to go in front of a butsudan or altar or anything. It could be a photo, it could be a plant, it could be an object of value, or just any ordinary thing. Or you might go to a window and look outside. But we want to do this little exercise in front of something, not just yet. When I ring the bell, you'll hold your hands in Gassho, near your heart. And then, as I recommended earlier, breathe in, hold, appreciate, exhale negativity, and relax. And just do this breathing several times. Inhale life, hold and appreciate, exhale negativity, and relax. And after doing that several times, just start chanting the Nembutsu very quietly, Nam Mandav, Nam Mandav, while looking at the object in front of you, whether it's the butsudan or an art object or something very ordinary, could be a cup, or it could be looking outside. And we'll do this for several minutes. And there's no right way of doing it. It's just to experience what it feels like to chant the Nembutsu, Nam Mandav, and be with whatever our eyes are seeing. So at this time, I'll give you a minute to go in front, and I'll voice some instructions at first, and then I'll be silent, and we'll just do this for a couple of minutes. So please go in front of something and wait to listen for the bell. Just the butsudan, any object, whether it's a value or an ordinary thing, or to a window and look outside. Now, I'll ring the bell. Again, Breathe, put your hands together. Think of these opposing issues, bringing your hands close to your heart. Breathe in, life, hold and appreciate. Exhale, negativity, and relax. Again, repeat that several times. Inhale, life, hold and appreciate. Exhale, negativity, and relax. And after repeating that for several times, you can chant the Nembutsu, and I'll be silent for just a couple of minutes. Please return to the computer and we'll finish this exercise. This little exercise was a practice in combining the body, mind, heart, and spirit. Each of us may have had a different experience. It may have been an experience of being one with whatever object we were looking at, whether it's Amida Buddha in the Butsudan or altar, or outside looking at a tree, or just looking at a photograph or an object. But hopefully this gives us an experience of the Nembutsu which we may not have thought of, that it is a time of reflection, of time with just being with something. And it could be without thought. But again, it is to give this notion of the Nembutsu an experience. Now, it's not necessary to be in the Gassho position when we recite Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu. We can say the Nembutsu at any time without any thought of a posture. And so in this time of COVID-19, when things are upsetting, there's stress, we're alone, we can use this as a way of being with all others. It's a way of saying that we are okay just as we are, that the conflicts are resolved. There is oneness, there is peace and harmony. And this thought of Amida Buddha, maybe whatever we were observing, or whatever we felt in concert with, our oneness. Now, we may not be able to solve the world's problems, but we start with ourselves. And the Nembutsu is one way of connecting ourselves with another and with all others. So hopefully we can keep this little exercise in mind, and that we just don't utter the Nembutsu at the services. And when we do it with some thought, some mindfulness, with an experience of what we may have just experienced. And we might do it the first thing in the morning and the last thing at night. And we might do it without even the Gassho posture at any time during the day. If you would like to listen to more examples of this, I will be doing a seminar next week on Saturday the 17th from 11 a.m. till 1 at the Tri-Temple Seminar. And we're calling this the Nembutsu Journey. And here we would like to expand our thoughts on what the Nembutsu is. You may sign up by emailing our Buddhist Temple of San Diego office. And I think we'll have that email shown. Next week, Reverend Laverne Imori will be giving our Sunday Dharma talk. She has been a San Diego minister's assistant for several years now. And so please join me again in expressing our deepest appreciation for all with the Gassho posture and the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.